Wild Kitty appeared, and today for you, I am bringing you a If Voltron Characters Were in the Pokemon Universe, Part 2. I already did a Part 1 of this with the Season 1 and 2 Paladin, so if you haven't checked that video out yet, I will put the link in the description, so if you have not checked Part 1, I'd highly recommend you do before you watch Part 2. Anyways, for the people that have, let's get on with the video. So, right, this time it's going to be another 5 characters from Voltron, and those characters will be Alora, Kiran, Lotor, Zarkon, and Hagar. So, let's get on it, shall we? Okay, so let's first start with Alora. Okay, so to me, when it came to Alora, picking her 2 types was fairly easy. I decided to choose water and fairy types. Water because she is now the blue paladin, and fairy because for me it suits Alora really well, and I think that fairy Pokemon go really well with like royalty and stuff like that, so I thought, you know, why not? Anyways, let's get into the Pokemon that she would have. Okay, so the first Pokemon that she would have is a Meryl, because it is water fairy, and basically it is a mouse, and it reminds me, of course, of the space mice that we see in the show. In this one, obviously, Alora just has one, but because of the whole thing with Alora with the mice, I just could not picture her without a Meryl. Maybe she has more back at home, but she only chooses one to fight, maybe? So yeah, I think that's one of the Pokemon she'd have. I'm also going to give her a Sylveon because a fairy type, and also the fact that, I don't know, Sylveon and Alora they look like they work together and it looks really cool. So yeah, I go with Sylveon. Okay, the next Pokemon is Milotic, because Milotic is a beautiful Pokemon and I believe that Alora would choose this. Okay, the next one is Totokiss. I don't have like an actual explanation for this. I, again, just think that this would be a really cool Pokemon for Alora to have, and I think it works well with the way Alora is. The next Pokemon that I am giving Alora is a Lapis. Now, I really was gonna think of giving Lapis to Lance, but honestly, I feel like Lapis kinda suits Alora more. I just think that Alora is more likely to have a Lapras. The last Pokemon I'm going to give Alora is a Faletta. Now, I think I pronounced that right, but again, I'm really bad at pronouncing things. I feel like Faletta might have a similar flower to what the Altean flower is. Now, in this universe, I don't think they're really in space, because for my, like, AU, I don't think it would work, but we can still have a really pretty flower that maybe her dad gave her as really young, and she gave it to her for Flea Day because it meant a lot to her about her father and everything like that. So yeah. So what would Alora be doing in the Pokemon universe? I probably can picture Alora being the daughter of the past champion of the region, which obviously King Alfor, but in this he's just known as Alfor. So I can see her being a Pokemon trainer and maybe wanting to follow in her father's footsteps to become champion, or maybe she finds her own footing and becomes like an Elite 4 member maybe. But yeah, anyways, let's get on to the next person. Okay, so the next person I'm going to talk about is Kiran, the gorgeous man. Yes, so basically, I have chosen for him normal and bug types. Now, I'm going to admit that I didn't give Kiran that many Pokemon, mainly because these 3 Pokemon I picture Kiran with the most, and I can't really picture him with any of the others. So basically the ones that I've chosen for Kiran are Kiktoon, Scotsland, and Alola Rattata, because of obvious reasons. It's just, I feel like it fits Kiran really well, and yeah, so I believe that's what Kiran would have. So what would Kiran be doing? I feel like Kiran would be like, he'd probably be like a travel companion for Alora. Like, he was probably really good friends with Alfor before, and he just wants to make sure that Alora's okay. In this AU, I'm going to say that pretty much something happened to Alfor years and years ago, and basically Kiran has become like father figure to Alora, so he looks after her. I could also see Kiran being a part of the Elite 4. Okay, so next up is Lotor. The Pokemon that I have decided to go with when it comes to his types are Dragon and Dark types. Because, I don't know, I can just picture Lotor being the kind of guy who'd really be into getting Dragon Pokemon, and I feel like the Dark one would be that he didn't really have much of a choice in the matter because of being in the Galra. I'll explain what the Galra is in this Pokemon AU, but for now I'll just get on with what Pokemon I think Lotor would have. Okay, so the Pokemon I think Lotor would have is a Zorak, which I believe is because Zorak is known to be the Illusions Pokemon, and for me that is kind of a way of trickery. Also, it's a sort of fox kind of thing. For me, I've always seen Lotor as a trickster because I do not trust that dude as far as I can throw him, so I do believe that Zorak would be one of his. The next Pokemon I'm giving Lotor is a Hydreigon. I think I pronounced that right. But yeah, I just feel like that would I could just picture him with this Pokemon like so easily. The next one up is Sableye, because again, Sableye is also known as a sort of trickster as well. So yeah, I believe he would have a Sableye for that reason as well. Alright, the next Pokemon I'm going to give him is a Garchomp, because again, I just feel like this would really fit with Lotor, and yeah. The next Pokemon I'm giving him is a Mightyena, because I don't know, it just looks so well, and I think it just would work well for him to have a Mightyena. And the next Pokemon is a Haxart. Yes, again, mainly for Lotor, it's kind of like how I think it look, and also how I feel like he would pick. Like, I don't know if I got it right, maybe he would pick other ones, but this one is another one I feel like this would be a Pokemon that Lotor would pick himself. So yeah, that is Lotor. But what would he be doing? So he would be the son of the Galra Empire. In this universe, it is basically the Team Rocket of this universe. So if anybody remembers the gold and silver games that were out, remember when Giovanni had that kid, I'm pretty sure his name was Silver, kinda like that deal maybe? Like, he might be trying to overthrow the Galra Empire because of what his dad did, or he could just betray everyone. Again, I don't trust Lotor. I have stated this in the past. I just do not trust Lotor as far as I can throw him. Or he's gonna be kind of like Silver. Okay, the next person is Zarkon. So, the Pokemon that I am giving Zarkon is Poison and Dark types. Poison because basically he was poisoned by the Rift, and also again Dark being something to do with Galra. I feel like that'd be like their main typing when it came to what Pokemon they would have. So the first Pokemon that I think that Zarkon would have is a Nidoking. I mean, cause hello, look at the thing, of course Zarkon would have something like this. Next thing is Dirtron, because again I just see Zarkon having this. I'd see him having a Muck, a Crobat, a Centipede, and a Stunkskank, because for me, these are the Pokemon that I think Zarkon would have. I don't really have a reasoning behind it. I just, for me, feel like this is what Zarkon would choose for his team. So, of course, Zarkon would be the leader of the Galra Empire, aka the Team Rocket of this universe. I feel like his plan would have something to do with, obviously, ruling, the region. Maybe he's trying to find, this Pokemon that's very rare that maybe weirdly looks like Voltron, maybe? So yeah, I believe that is what Zarkon would be doing. Okay, last but not least, we are talking about Hagar. So the typing that I have chosen for Hagar is Psychic, because obviously of her powers, and Ghost because honestly I could see Hagar being the type of person that would go for ghosts because she's creepy that way. So yeah, that is the types that I have for Hagar. Okay, so the ones that I have got for Hagar are Miss Magis. I'm gonna pronounce most of these wrong. The next one is Espeon, because Espeon would kind of remind me of the cat that Hagar has, that basically, you know, was on Narte's shoulders and everything, being like Hagar's eyes and stuff like that. So yeah, I believe she'd have an Espeon. Also, other two Pokemon I see her having is a Spiritomb and a Bayonetta, because again, with her being the creepy person that she is, I believe that she would choose these two Pokemon. And then I chose that she would have a Hypno because, you know, Hagar has a thing about controlling people. So I believe that she would have a Pokemon that can hypnotize people. So yes, and the last Pokemon that Hagar would have is a Gothella, which again, I think mainly this was for style choices. I just think it would look really cool. So yeah, that is the Pokemon that I think Hagar would have. And what would Hagar be doing? Obviously she would be second in command of the Galar Empire, but she probably has her own motives in hand. So yeah. So that is part 2 of if Voltron characters were in the Pokemon universe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do a part 3 where I talk about Lotor's generals and what I think they would have as Pokemon. And maybe an extra character would be in there too. Let me know down below in the comments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more fandom content than you can shake a stick at. And see ya!